And now to our second major story. Guinea's Independent National Electoral Commission, CENI, has presented a preliminary draft timetable for local council and assembly elections, which it has now given a 120 days deadline for. The local elections expected since 2005 should have been held in February this year under an agreement reached in October 2016, an outcome of the national political dialogue between the government, opposition, civil society and international partners in Guinea. The Electoral Commission's 120 days deadline presented at the meeting of the Inter-Guinean Dialogue Committee on Monday this week, however, implies that the elections may not hold this year and as such may have been postponed to 2018.
En effet, Jerry, les incertitudes sont encore plus grandes du fait du budget colossal soumis par la CENI.
There are uncertainties even after a colossal budget submitted by the electoral body for the organization of the elections. We have adopted amending the finance law of 2017, which only provides an allocation of barely 100 billion CFA to the CENI, which requires more than 300 billion. We have Abubakar Silia, spokesperson of the opposition, to give us more on this.
Et de la décentralisation, Bourema Condé a en effet déclaré que
now, the long-awaited elections will not take place, according to the National Electoral Commission. What do you make of this?
Que vous finissez demain. Nous sommes en ligne avec le porte-parole de l'opposition que j'évoquais il y a un instant, Monsieur Abubakar Silla, qui est donc à Conakry, la capitale guinéenne. Monsieur Silla, bonjour. Alors, les élections locales attendues depuis 7 ans ne devraient pas se tenir d'ici la fin de l'année. C'est ce qu'a annoncé le comité de suivi du dialogue interguinéen au sortir d'une réunion lundi. Que vous inspire ce nouveau report?
Je crois que c'est vraiment un cas
I think this is really a disaster. We had hoped that after the elections being postponed in 2010 because of the mandate of the local leaders at the district or municipal level has already expired since December of 2010. Now, it's been 7 years that local authorities are being headed by people whose mandate has expired and who have no legitimacy because they do not represent the will of the residents, whom they claim to speak and act on behalf. We negotiated a framework of a political dialogue which took place in October 2016 and ended with a political agreement in June 12. So we agreed to hold local elections in February this year. We are now in September, and now there is no guarantee that the elections will take place, and we do not have any idea when the election timetable will be announced, or even the possibility to hold the elections in 2017 or even next year.
Alors, l'opposition dont vous êtes le porte-parole.
The opposition, as the opposition, you say the government lacks the willpower to hold the elections. Why do you think the government is delaying?
Aurait-il intérêt à ce qu'elles ne se tiennent pas finalement?
C'est tout simplement parce que actuellement, vous avez
Well, it's simply because currently we have nearly 4,000 electoral posts headed by district chiefs and mayors who have not been elected but were appointed by government. So today there's a whole network of leaders who owe their appointments to the government, and they're the people who constitute the system where the government is able to carry out fraud in national elections. So the government does not want to change this system before next year. It is always devising ways to give itself a comfortable majority in the National Assembly, which is not the case today.
Avant les élections législatives qui vont arriver l'année prochaine, pour se donner une majorité confortable à l'Assemblée nationale, ce qui n'est pas le cas aujourd'hui.
Abubakar Silla, quelle est la
What will be your next move following the delay?
Qu'entendez-vous faire face à ce blocage de la part du gouvernement?
L'opposition en réponse.
As the opposition in response to the lack of willingness by the government to organize the local elections in accordance to the provisions of the October 2016 agreement, we as the opposition have therefore decided to initiate a series of peaceful protests. We will have a meeting within 48 hours, during which we will define our strategy and bring it to the attention of the media to inform national and international partners. We are going to start these protests since we don't have a choice because we've used all other possible channels, namely dialogue, agreements, and lobbying. According to the agreement of 12th October, which was signed by those close to the president, that is, political parties allied to the the government, by the opposition, by the electoral body, civil society, and also the international community represented to Guinea. Now, if this agreement cannot be applied, and it's been 11 months since we signed, and then in a month we will commemorate the first anniversary of this agreement, yet we are still at about 20 or 30% of its execution. This means that the agreement serves for nothing. It is absolutely in vain to negotiate with a government that does not respect its commitments and is not trustworthy.
Merci à vous, Monsieur.
Thank you very much, Abubakar Silla, who was joining us from Guinea.